welcome back to another video. This is, sorry, it's been a while since I actually sat in front of the camera to film videos that aren't vlogs for my channel, so I'm a little bit rusty. Sorry about that. Today's video is another episode of the very old series that I haven't done an episode on in a very long time, called Olga Spoonie's Reviews. So basically this is where I try out things that are either made for spoonies or that I think would be helpful for spoonies. As you can probably tell from the title, this is going to be about loop earplugs. If you have not for some reason been on Instagram in the last year, you might not know that there is this thing called loop earplugs. There's a few other brands going around. I think there's one called Calmer as well, but I have not tried them, so I'm not going to be talking about them specifically. I'm just saying that there's more other kinds of earplugs than this one that I'm talking about today, but these are the ones I've tried, so they're the only ones that I have authority to talk about. They are earplugs that are kind of marketed for people with sensory issues, you know, people who want to go to concerts and don't want to burst their eardrums or whatever, you know, there's a bunch of different scenarios that they kind of market to. And personally, I saw their ads and I was like, okay. And it was one of those things, when you see a certain Instagram ad over and over again, you kind of become desensitized to that thing. Let's backtrack real quick. So the reason I am talking even, you know, this is a topic is because I obviously have chronic migraine, and so that gives me a lot of noise sensitivity and a lot of yeah, I just find noise hurtful. Also with fibro, you get a lot of sensory sensitivities, so noise is obviously one of those things. And the other situation is I have been realizing over the last few months through, you know, therapy and my own research that I might be autistic. With that comes also a bunch of sensory sensitivity, and I just find noise really hurtful and bothersome, and it just makes my head hurt and it just makes me uncomfortable. So it started as a migraine thing, because obviously loud noises trigger my migraines, but also I find that when I have a migraine, I just find noise really unbearable. I would use my partner's noise cancelling headphones, which are basically the same as these ones, but in a different color. So then he bought me some for Christmas because he's a good boyfriend. So these are the Bose Quiet Comfort 35, I think. I will leave it in the description, the actual ones that they are. And these are wireless noise cancelling headphones. They're super comfortable. Even when they're switched off, they already take away quite a lot of noise. They have different levels of noise cancellation. They're really great, but this video is not about them. Anyway, so I had these and I find that these are incredibly comfortable. They're great. I love them. But when I am in bed, because I am having so much pain, these are not comfortable for laying down in, because obviously you can't lay down your head. And I just found that when I have such bad migraine that I have to be in bed, I just find these kind of cumbersome and heavy. What I realized was that I needed something that would remove a lot of noise but also not be big. And I thought about these loop earplugs. I'd seen them everywhere, and then I started seeing that some of my friends had tried them, and I went ahead and asked for their opinions. Some of my friends had really enjoyed them, and some of my friends had higher expectations for them and that they didn't meet. But I do think that one of my friends who didn't really like them that much was because of the use intended for them wasn't, I don't think they got the right earplugs for what they needed. I went ahead and got some because I was you know what, I'm tired of this. I need something that is exactly like an earplug, where it's not visible, it's inside my ear, so I don't have the cumbersome situation of something outside of my head, something that I can use in a variety of different situations where headphones that completely cancel out noise are not a viable option. They're not terribly expensive. I really did think they were going to be more expensive when I first went on their website. I was actually pleasantly surprised that I got 2 sets of earplugs for like 35 euros. I don't even think it was 35. I think it was less than that. So I think they have different kinds, and depending on that, there's different values. They have I think the cheaper ones are the ones that are called Sleep, which are these ones. They come in a little case like this, which closes normally if you put them in correctly. So it goes like that, and it has a little keyring thing. So these are the ones I use to sleep in, or when I have a really bad migraine. So they might be a little bit dirty because I do wear them a lot. So they're super bendy and like, yeah, they're totally made of silicone. You get a few different sizes of the actual thing that goes in your ear. And then they have different, depending on which ones you get, they have different like noise cancellation. Like, it's not noise cancellation, but like absorption, I guess. So these ones I think are up to 25 decibels of sound. So you just pop them in like that until it's like creates a little vacuum. And with these, I still hear like loud noises. Like I can hear the doorbell ring. I can hear if Zeus cries. I can hear if something falls on the floor, and kind of like louder noises. But my partner speaking, I can't really make out what he's saying. I can't hear the TV. I can't hear like more the traffic outside or like smaller kind of noise. And so they're not ideal for like if you want to be with people while you're wearing them. These are not ideal for that because you will not be able to hear what people are saying. So I don't recommend these if you're going to be like wearing them for like at a party where you are going to be talking to people, but you just don't want to have that much noise. But then I have another set, which I actually have on my little keychain with my hand sanitizer, which I take everywhere. So that means that I always take my loops everywhere. And these ones are I think they're called Experience. And these are the ones that I actually use the most. I got the rose gold ones. So this little thing, it comes in a bunch of different sizes. I use the smallest one they have because I have small ears. And then this goes in your ear like that. And that's what that looks like. So that's what that looks like. So these ones I think work up until 20 decibels of noise, which is a little bit less than the other ones. They're made of this like, this isn't metal, but it's like kind of a harder plastic, and the tip is silicone. These don't need like charging, they're not electric in any way, they're just earplugs. You can remove this silicone thing, and then this bit here in the actual earplug is what sort of removes the sound. I use them a lot for walking Zeus because I find that sometimes when I wake up I can't with a lot of noise. So there's traffic, there's maybe construction, there's other dogs and other people walking around, and I just find that noise bothersome. But I can still, if somebody speaks to me, I can still hear what they're saying. I can still like hear if a car is really close by. I just can't make out like background noise. I use them for when I need to go buy bread from the bakery, which is really loud. There's always like a lot of clanging and banging and a lot of people, and there's machines going, and there's the TVs playing and stuff, and I just find that really like it's a lot. So I will use them in that situation, and I can still order fine. I can still like communicate fine with them. I'll use them for when I go to the store, like to the supermarket, and it's really busy, so that I don't have all that extra like sensory information coming in, and it just makes me feel better. Like it makes me feel safer and not as like overwhelmed, I guess, and like overstimulated. And again, I can still communicate fine. I can hear the cashier fine. I can, yeah. And if I'm struggling to understand what they're saying, I will just remove one of them, and I can then hear exactly what they're saying, and then I can pop it back in. In the summer, we had a birthday party, and I used I wore my loops for that, and it was super helpful because I did not get a migraine at all from that. Normally I would have, because there was music, there was kids playing, there was a lot of people, and it's just, it gets quite noisy. I wear them at like family dinners and stuff when we have a lot of people together, especially because a lot of people in our families speak really loud, and I get a headache from that, and I just find that if there's like 2 or 3 conversations going on, I find that really bothersome, so I will pop them in and like eat my food in peace, and I can still hear what people are saying. It's just not so loud. The only thing I find is that things like this, like noise canceling headphones and earplugs and stuff, make your own noises louder. So you're chewing, you're breathing, you can hear that louder, if that makes sense. Like, it's hard to explain, but you do hear your own sounds louder, and that could be weird, and it takes a little bit of getting used to. But now that I'm used to that, it doesn't bother me anymore, and I find that it is kind of nice to just focus on me and to like remove that kind of overstimulation. So I really enjoyed them. Obviously it depends on what you need them for, and these like then might not be the best for you. But if it's like me for situations like everyday situations, maybe you're, you know, not going to anything very specific, like if you work in a certain place where you need ear protection, that this might not be it for you. I'm just saying, like, obviously this is my opinion and my experience with them. I really enjoyed them, and I'm really glad that I got the 2 different ones so that I could use which ones I need for each situation, because I definitely don't think that the experience, the sort of plastic ones, would be comfortable to sleep in. I find that especially in places where I'm not used to sleeping. So at my house I might not wear them every single night, but if I'm going to a hotel, or I haven't been to a hotel in like 2 years, so I don't know what I'm saying hotel for. When I stay at my in-laws, for example, there's a street right outside the window that has like those like blocks. It's not you know, normal road. It's like those kind of stones, right? And it makes a lot of noise when cars go by. So I find that with my earplugs in, I don't hear them at all, and my partner always has a really hard time sleeping when we go there, and I don't, because I'm wearing my earplugs in. So yeah, I found them really helpful. I really enjoyed them. This obviously is not sponsored. I paid for them with my own money. This is just my opinion and my kind of experience with them, and I find that it can be really helpful when you see something being advertised a ton, to see like people's honest opinions. I genuinely like them. I genuinely think that they're a worthwhile investment. I do find that, and this is something to keep in mind, it really depends on what kind of noises you are trying to avoid. I find that noises that are like a lower frequency, like really low voices that are like more like right, things like that, I think they work better for than louder, not even louder, but like more higher pitched sounds. So if a person has a higher pitched voice, I can hear them better with my loop earplugs in than people who have a lower pitched voice. So my partner has a really low pitched voice, and I have a really hard time hearing him. I found that some of my friends find the same thing, where certain noises are still really loud for them, even with loop earplugs in. You know, if you do try them, or you have tried them, let me know what you think. I know that a lot of my friends are really into them, and so I think that a lot of you will also enjoy them, and that's why I decided to make this video and share them. Okay, yeah, so that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please let me know. Leave me a like and a comment, and consider subscribing to my channel if you have not done that already. It would mean a lot to me. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!